VRified Games.
What's up, player? Yeah. Yeah, the living dead talking head. Coming to you live courtside. VRified Games Square Gardens. My co-commentator today is Daigo. How we doing, Daigo?
Hey Ed, how's it going?
Yeah, man, it's pretty good, so. We got ourselves a good matchup today, huh? A little bit of 2-on-2. Foosball scale. Mixed reality VR. So who you betting on, man?
Man, I don't even know who's playing, I don't even know who's winning, I know nothing about this game.
Okay. That explains why we're doing it then.
Oh, Ed. Let me tell you, I think I've just found another compelling use case for mixed reality. Now, it's not a genre that I would typically play, it's not something I'm into, but my god, Ed, like someone requested this to me. Can you try NBA Jam in mixed reality? And I was like, NBA Jam? I remember that from the arcades.
Yeah, man, like back in the 90s.
That's right, Ed, yeah. So Midway were king of the arcades in the 90s with their more adult-themed, risque games. So you had Mortal Kombat, which everyone and their sister knows because of the controversy. But they also had a license to sports games. So they had WWF, which is now known as WWE, but back then it was WWF. So they produced some games. And they also had a license to NBA. So Midway being Midway, they couldn't just make a straight basketball game, could they, Ed?
I guess they could, but they didn't.
That's right. They had to put their risque spin on things, so what they ended up coming up with was an arcadey style game.
Ooh, in the arcades? Really? An arcadey style game? That's so out there. That's so risky.
So yeah, it was this 2-on-2. You could have up to 4 players playing at the same time. You had these bombastic, super exaggerated jumps, passes, special moves. Everything they were pretty much known for, really. And, it was very humorous to have the commentators with the comments, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So NBA Jam over the years has enjoyed a lot of success in the home console market also. So straight out of the arcades, you had ports on the SNES, Sega Genesis, and pretty much on every console generation going forward, there was an NBA Jam game or two. Now again, I'm speaking broadly and generally because I have not the best knowledge when it comes to sports licensed games. They've just never been anything I've been really into. Oh, and one other thing. You might notice this giant floating screen every now and again kind of hovering into my vision. That's my frickin' OBS. That is my frickin' OBS. I don't know what in the hell happened. There's been an update recently. I don't know if it's Steam VR, I don't know if it's OBS. But somehow, there's an OBS overlay now. And I do not know how to turn that thing off. I've tried every setting. It just hovers there. So what I had to do was like dock it to my controller. And I threw my controller out of the room. But the controller switched itself off. You know how it auto powers down to save battery if it's not in use? Yeah, so halfway through this capture here, the controller powers down and the frickin' OBS overlay appears again. So it like hovers in the middle of the frickin' court. I don't know. You're gonna notice every now and again hovering into view. I try to avoid it as much as I can. And screw you, OBS, you really messed with me this time. The joys of content creation. The NBA Jam games I remember because they were a lot of fun, but I've only ever played them in the arcades, and I think I played on the Sega Genesis, a game called Tournament Edition. Beyond that, yeah, only in passing would I've seen NBA Jam. But when this was requested to me, I was like, that's an arcade game, how can that work? And so this NBA Jam fan told me that no, there was in fact an NBA Jam game for the Nintendo Wii. It itself also had an updated version on the PS3 and Xbox 360. But when he said the Wii version, I was like, yes, I could do that. And I started brainstorming like, basketball game, how does this work in mixed reality? So straight away I thought foosball, like a foosball table. I thought, yeah, perfect. If I can scale it down to a foosball size, this could actually work. And Ed, I'm not kidding, it worked better than I expected. I was so surprised by how well this worked. Again, I'm not into sports games, but you could try this with like your FIFA, Pro Evolution Soccer, Madden Football, hockey. Imagine all those EA Sports games and, similar titles from like Konami or whoever. They could work very, very well here. Now, I may revisit it, I probably won't, because honestly I'm not a fan. I keep harping on about that, but I'm just highlighting my lack of knowledge when it comes to this genre. Like, even in real life, I'm not really into sports, so I can't really say anything. Like, I'm playing this game now at...
Yeah, I can see that. You're playing, you're using the term very loosely. I would say you're losing.
Ed, you might be right, you might not, I don't know. I don't even know who I actually am here. I don't know the teams, don't know the players, I don't even know who's winning. I don't know what's going on. I'm just mashing buttons.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, again, I was just highlighting my lack of knowledge on the genre, but at the same time, I cannot get over how well this works. I mean, look at this. I can walk around the court, I can lean right in, lean right out. Everything works in perfect 60 OF. I could go even further. I could remove all the objects around the court, make it a literal foosball version of NBA, but I kind of like this sort of ambience of the crowd that kind of fades into the distance. I think that looks really cool, but I can remove it if people want, and I can update the configuration file to reflect that if people want. Put it in the comments and we'll see. Yeah, there's not really much I can say. I know nothing about this, but it's a very good showcase of how sports games could work in mixed reality. Just imagine sitting on your couch and you've got the court in front of you, it takes up your coffee table or your floor or whatever in front of you, and you just play. This is in perfect 3D, you guys, perfect positional tracking. You can get up, you can walk around, lean in, all of that. It's like you got this miniature basketball team in front of you. And you know, it being NBA Jam, the game was released in 2011. It's really an updated version of the original NBA Jam from the arcades, but I believe with actual players from the time period 2011. Again, don't quote me on that, I don't know. But just looking at the player models there, they do seem to put an emphasis on the head, so I think these are the actual real-life player models. I don't know. I really know nothing. But yeah, it's an updated version of the original NBA Jam from arcades. It plays just like the arcade game. The obvious difference being it's now in 60 OF, mixed reality, full 3D, full positional tracking, all of that. You do play with a traditional controller. I can't imagine how this would work with motion controls anyway. Yeah, but this is more of a couch kind of sit-down kind of game anyway, I would imagine. So yeah, if I was into this sort of thing, I could totally picture myself with a beer in one hand, popcorn in the other, and then I have no hands for my controller. Shit. But you get what I'm saying. If you're a real fan of these kind of sports games, this is a very compelling way to play them. Absolutely very compelling way. Now, as you probably noticed from the black and white grainy background, this was captured on the Quest 2. Shut up, Ed. Jesus Christ. Quest 3's out like, what, a week? Quest 2's already obsolete? No. I still want one though. But anyway, that was on to my next point. This is like the worst this is going to look, if you get me. The pass-through on, say, your Pico, your Quest Pro, your Quest 3, all a million times better than the pass-through on your Quest 2, and this will work exactly the same way. So, you know, you lose nothing here, guys. Fire up your Dolphin VR, fire up your copy of NBA Jam. The configuration file is in the description if you want to fire this up yourselves. If you want to actually know how to do this, just follow one of the guides in this playlist. It runs identically to any of the other Dolphin VR games when getting it up and running into VR. Yeah. So I guess we're going to leave it there, you guys. Like, comment and subscribe. If you've any thoughts, queries, any critiques, put them down below. If indeed there are any games you'd like us to look at VRifying in the future, put those down below and we will presumably get back to you eventually. You can also follow us on TikTok for our adventures over there, which are basically condensed versions of what we do over here. And yeah, follow us on all social medias, all links will be in the descriptions, and yeah, looking forward to seeing you there also. Alright, VRified Games out.
Yeah, VRified Games out of bounds, man.
Out of bounds, what does that even mean?
I don't know, I saw it in a basketball movie. Shit, you're out of bounds.
You're out of line.
I'm out of dialogue, man. Damn.
Beasley, he takes the shot. Swish.